Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar for today, Coast to Coast Journeys Across America with Amtrak Vacations. We're just waiting for a few people to arrive. We'll be starting in a few minutes, actually, for about a minute's time. So grab a cup of tea, glass of water, and we'll start our webinar very soon. Hope everyone's well today. Wherever you might be. It's nice and warm in Sydney today. Another very warm day, actually, coming up in Sydney. Okay, we're just waiting a little bit longer, just another few seconds, and we can start our webinar. All right, let's kick off. Welcome, everyone. My name is Joanne. I'm the BDE based in Sydney. Today, we're going to do a webinar on coast-to-coast journeys across America with Amtrak Vacations. Please feel free to ask any questions as we go. I'll have the question box open and hopefully can answer those questions as you ask them. Otherwise, I'll try to answer as many as I can towards the end of the presentation. Okay. Don't forget you can let me know if you would like any of our flyers, our specials. I can send them out to you as well. I can email them all out to you by the end of the day. We do have some specials out at the moment, and just to let you know that we've got a great special called the Countdown Special. The Countdown Special is valid at the moment. It's just been released in the marketplace since the 9th of December. It's on until the 3rd of January. And it's a great saving of from $100 to $400 on specific packages for both rail bookers and also Amtrak Vacations. It is only valid for new bookings, and travel dates are for anything for this year, of course. Well, we're towards the end of the year anyway. For 2020 and also for 2021. You can check out our specials on our website, www.amtrakvacations.com.au/special-offers, or just jump on our website, www.amtrakvacations.com.au. It should be there. But if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. There's a lot of packages that we're applying these specials to, but they are specific packages that will get the discount. Not every single package that we have across the product. There's just specific packages so that the special applies to. So just to let you know who we are, we're part of the Yankee Leisure Group. It's a USA company based in Boston, Massachusetts, where they first began over 30 years ago. We now have offices in Laguna, California. We have our office here in Sydney, and we also have an office in the UK. So when our office is closed, we do have the other offices that can attend to your inquiries as well. But we are open in Sydney from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. 5 days a week. We have 3 brands and 3 brochures in the marketplace, as well as our travel agent reference guides. This is the Via Rail Vacation brochure you can see on the left-hand side. That is for all of our Canadian packages, as well as the Rocky Mountaineer who we package up with. And we've got the Rail Bookers brochure, the one in the middle. That's our brochure for all of Europe. And the Amtrak Vacations, the Rail Booker brochure is on the right with the Banana Express. And that's for all our packages for Europe, and amazing packages in there. And Amtrak Vacations, which is what we're focusing on today, and that's the middle brochure, and it's got all our USA packages in that brochure. So if you'd like one of the brochures, let me know and I can organise to have it sent out to you. We just need to set you up in our system. Otherwise, they are available through TIFFs. You can order those. We have 2 additional brochures, which are called our Amtrak, Amtrak and Rail Booker travel agent reference guides. The travel agent reference guides are fantastic. You can order those as well. There's only 2 of them. So yeah, one is for Amtrak, the other one is for rail bookers, and they have a little bit more detail of our packages and different cabins on board the trains, bigger size maps. They're quite good actually. So if you'd like those as well, let me know. Yeah, so there are brochures. So there's about 5 in total. This is a great map. It's a map of the USA with all the Amtrak, network that you can book. So all the little black dots are where we have specific hotels that we sell that have allocations as well. So in all the major capital cities, you can see there. So they're all different colours, which is fantastic because you can actually show your clients which train they're booking, whether it's the Empire Builder, whether it's the California Zephyr, the Southwest Chief, the Maple Leaf that goes, north up to Niagara Falls and Toronto and that sort of area. So beautiful there. The Capital Corridor, the Pacific Surfliner, which is fantastic. It goes right along the coast of the west coast of USA. Sunset Limited, which goes all the way to New Orleans as well. So very, very useful to have this map because you can show your clients, where you can get off, so if you're doing the California Zephyr, you can maybe get off at Denver, do a package where, it includes Denver, maybe Salt Lake City. If you're doing the Southwest Chief, you can do the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, those sort of areas, Williams, which is fantastic. So we do have a lot of packages which incorporate the national parks. We have specific hotels, beautiful little places that you can stay at right in the national parks, and we have allotments there as well. So lots to choose from. So what makes Amtrak so different to other rail companies and other product? So our hub is Chicago, as you know. A lot of our itineraries do start off in Chicago. So if you go back to the map, you'll see that our hub is in Chicago, right there. And a lot of packages do start from there, but you can start our packages anywhere really. So even if a package starts in Chicago and ends in San Francisco, you can start it in San Francisco and finish it off in Chicago. Or you can add additional packages, additional nights on, the Lakeshore Limited, for example, if they want to go up to New York and things like that. So there's a lot you can do. There's over 500 Amtrak spots that you can sort of stop off at, including the capital cities as well. So there's a lot of different places to stop on board Amtrak. It's a bucket list experience. There are itineraries that you may not incorporate into everyday life. So they are very original packages that we put together. They're actually put together based on popularity, and even though a package might have a stop in Denver, you don't have to stop in Denver. You can go straight through. So we are very flexible in that respect. You can add extra nights and start in different cities. We are rail experts. Our staff here have all been on different trains and different experiences, so they can always give you recommendations on what to do. We're here as a hassle-free for you guys to put together itineraries based on your client's needs. So if your client has a specific itinerary in mind, please let us know what it is and we'll put it together. Even though it's not a package as such, we could put together itineraries from scratch. We are the official tour operator for Amtrak, the only official tour operator for Amtrak, and we're based here in Sydney. So we can issue Amtrak tickets, of course, but our specialty is vacation packages and putting those together for you. Why travel Amtrak? The city-to-city service is the best way to go. I hear it all the time that clients don't really want to, get to the airport 2 hours before and wait for their flight. They can arrive at the train station 45 minutes before and just board the train, and it's easy. It's as easy as that. We have staff at all the train stations, or the bigger train stations, where there's the red caps, and they help you board the train and they show you where to go, which is great. They're amazing people. They're employed by Amtrak as well, and they can help you guys out. So help anybody out with their bags and allocating seats and things like that. So there's something for everyone really with our packages. We get so many different types of people that book us, whether it's people that just want to do a city centre to city centre itinerary. whether it's pre and post cruising, we get a lot of that as well, especially with the ocean cruise ships. We get independent travellers, of course, that want to piece together their own itinerary. They don't want to be part of a bus tour or a, different tour where they're escorted along the way. They really just want to do their own thing. We get a lot of bucket listers who have done rail trips with us in Europe, for example, and then they have always heard about doing rail trips within the USA, and there's some of our people that book through us as well. A lot of multi-generational travellers as well who, you might have the grandparents taking kids and grandkids along. And of course, the business travellers. We get a lot of business travellers who book on the east side, eastern corridor of the USA, and then they extend and have additional nights as a vacation package as well. So there's so many different scenarios, different people travelling with us, which is fantastic. Always exciting. So how do we tailor make an itinerary? This is a very good example of an itinerary that includes the Grand Canyon, the rail. It's called Rails to the Grand Canyon. Very, very popular itinerary that we have. We can upgrade, for example, clients, instead of staying at the Maverick Lodge, they can stay a few nights at the Bar. The Bar is a beautiful property right on the rim at the Grand Canyon, and great restaurant, beautiful location. And this itinerary does stop and finish in Los Angeles, but we can add extra nights in Los Angeles as well. So just like a little extension, and then we can add the tours, the hop-on, hop-offs and everything. And, select, we have so many different hotels in Los Angeles as well, whether you want to stay, close to the railway station or whether you want to stay in the city centre. We can do all that. So we've got properties that are like anything from 3-star up to 5-star that we can offer you. Beautiful thing about travelling by rail, of course, is that you see the country from the window of the train. You meet a lot of people. You meet, you can sit in this beautiful observation area and chat to different people. And very, very popular way to travel. So you don't have to just stay in your cabin. It's a great way to walk around in the cabins and enjoy the scenery. And America is such a big country, as you know, there's so much to see. The scenery changes, I've been told. I haven't actually done the trips over there, but the scenery changes very, very quickly, from when you're traveling from county to county in different states. So, absolutely beautiful. So we're all aboard. Just to show you a little snippet of what the trains look like. You've got the coach class on the top right. You've got the cafe car there on the top left. Coach class, you can see that you can actually put your suitcases on the top, and there's also other areas that you can leave your suitcases as well. The bottom right is your bedroom, and that's what they look like. So on board you've got 3 cabins, 3 classes of service. You've got the coach class, you've got the roomette, and you've got the bedroom. These are the bedrooms. I'll show you the roomettes in a minute, and we'll have a bit more of a detail. But we'll go through some of the beautiful packages that we offer. So this is the coast-to-coast itinerary. Very popular itinerary, of course, because it does take you from New York all the way through to San Francisco. But good thing to know here is that you can actually just finish off your itinerary in Los Angeles if you wish to. You don't have to go all the way to San Francisco, but it is a nice trip actually. I've been told it's a beautiful corridor up there on going on along the coast from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and that's probably why we include it. But you don't need to do that. So this is a one-way itinerary. Our itineraries, most of them, are all based in coach class on board Amtrak. And we do recommend that you maybe ask your clients if they would like to upgrade to the roomette, because you are one night on board from Washington to Chicago, and you are one night on board from Chicago to Williams, and then another night from Williams to Los Angeles. So it totally depends on your client's budget, but we do base our packages in coach class. So just maybe have a chat to them and see what they would like to do. So yeah, fantastic itinerary here. So this itinerary, you skirt the Great Lakes, you pass over Great Plains, through the Rocky Mountains, of course, desert, salt flats, Sierra Nevada mountains before reaching the West Coast. Some of the beautiful highlights here are sleeping on board the train. It's such a bucket list for a lot of people, meeting so many people, and you get to see the beautiful, fascinating landscapes that roll past your window as you go by all the different states as well. Um, so this itinerary, we'll just go through it in a little bit more detail. Starts off in New York. You get a hop on, hop off. Beautiful New York City. The Big Apple, as you know, there's so many restaurants, there's so many shows you can see. Great shopping there along the way. It's a beautiful place to actually begin your itinerary as well. Then you're going down to Washington, D.C. I love Washington. I would go there again in a heartbeat. I found the beautiful the museums were fantastic. So, I went to a lot of the Smithsonian museums while I was there. I went to the White House and the Capitol buildings, and they were all fantastic. This is a great itinerary. I think you could even do this with a family, like you get to see so much. And you don't have to worry about driving. You can sleep on board the trains and just really sit back and enjoy all the different places you'll see. You'll stop in Chicago as well. Chicago, known as the Windy City, fantastic restaurants, great architecture, great shopping along they've got the Magnificent Mile. Not sure if you're aware of that. We include a hop on, hop off. Yeah, just fantastic. There's a beautiful pier that you can walk through as well, Millennium Park. You can visit the Bean. So much to see. Then you're back on board Amtrak, and you're heading towards the Grand Canyon. This is a bucket list experience for so many people. You wake up and you have a beautiful breakfast on board. Well, if you travel in the sleepers, you do get to have all your meals included on board Amtrak. Otherwise, you do need to pay for your meals. That's another good reason why you should upgrade, I guess. But once you're at the Grand Canyon, you check in, you arrive into Williams, check into your hotel. The next day, you'll go and see the beautiful Grand Canyon. So you're overnighting in Williams. You get up, you have a beautiful breakfast at the hotel. After your meal, you board the famous Grand Canyon Railway for a trip to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Enjoy beautiful sights. When you're traveling through one of the beautiful, most largest, expansive Ponderosa pine forest of North America before reaching the Grand Canyon itself. And upon arrival, you'll enjoy a guided tour that stops at multiple locations so you can take fantastic photos. Then you're back on board Amtrak, where you're overnighting and you're heading to Los Angeles. So you're heading into Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, you do a hop on, hop off. And one night there, get to see a lot of Los Angeles. Of course, you would go to Rodeo Drive. You could go to Santa Monica Beach. You could do the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The day is yours to enjoy. The next day, you head up to San Francisco. And you travel on board the Starlight, the Coastal Starlight. Not sure if you've heard of that one. It's a great train journey, very scenic train ride, which heads north along the beautiful Pacific coast. You can just sit back and relax, and it's amazing way to see the coastline. And you'll stay in San Francisco that night, and overnight in San Francisco. The next day, you'll do a hop on, hop off sightseeing tour in San Francisco. You'll get to see things like the Golden Gate Bridge, the Golden Gate Park, Union Square, and enjoy your time traveling around the city. And then you will overnight in San Francisco. And the next day, you can spend another day there at San Francisco as well. So a beautiful trip. It's a 16-day trip, as you can see. It's quite a long trip, but it is an independent trip as well. So you do have a few tours there that you can do, but it's at your leisure. You can do the tours any time of the day. You're not restricted to specific times, along the way, and you're relaxing on board the train as well. So fantastic itinerary, a bucket list one to do, and very good value for money as well. The next itinerary, this one is fantastic for people who want to be on board Amtrak, I guess, because you are doing 2 nights here on board Amtrak from Chicago to San Francisco, and then you've got the 1 night in San Francisco. So definitely an itinerary to do in in one of the bedrooms or the roomettes, and you've got the first night here in New York, one night on board Amtrak, then Chicago just for the day. You'll just be connecting and then going across. So any train buffs, people who have always wanted to do an overnight on the train, I reckon this would be a fantastic trip because you get to see so much of the USA from the train, and yeah, you get to meet a lot of people as well. And while you're walking around the train and um, meeting different people, which would be great. Fantastic. So it's only a 6-day itinerary. 2 nights hotel is included and 3 nights on board Amtrak, and one way on Amtrak in coach class. Okay, so this itinerary would be fantastic. This is the all-American trip. Great way to see the USA, great way to spend a couple of nights in New Orleans. You're doing a night here and there on board Amtrak. So once again, you get to stop off in Denver, you get to go to the Rocky Mountain National Park, go to Chicago. This itinerary does begin in Chicago, so you're on the Lakeshore Limited for your trip to New York. You sort of lean, relax, enjoy the Big Apple while you're there. Upon arrival in New York, you've got 2 nights in New York there, so there's a lot of time to take in, Times Square, Central Park, the Empire State Building, go into the Rockefeller Center. Fantastic. So lots to see and do there. I'll just go through this itinerary very quickly. Denver as well, beautiful. You get to spend some nights in New Orleans on the Crescent Line. Going to New Orleans, into Chicago. We do a sightseeing tour in New Orleans as well. It's a great time. It's fantastic there. You get to see how famous New Orleans for its fun, unique culture. There's a good time to be had. The Big Easy overnight in New Orleans. You get to do a tour there that we include. It's a historical tour of the Jackson Square. You get to see the French Quarter, the Erie Graveyards, Cities of the Dead. Also choose between, while you're there, a famous brunch that you can do, and in the beautiful French Quarter. So it's a great itinerary, and yeah, lots to see and do in Chicago especially, and in Denver. So the last itinerary we'll look at as well is called the Great American Majestic Landscapes. Fantastic itinerary. You're starting off in San Francisco and then over to Denver, Chicago, and New York. This itinerary is great, but don't forget that you can also do it in the reverse, depending on what you'd like to do. So, and you could also just start this itinerary in San Francisco and finish off in Chicago if you wish to as well. So you do the 2 nights in San Francisco, you get tours included, you get to go to the Rocky Mountain National Park, which would be an absolute must to see. And you've got your accommodation there as well, which would be fantastic. Sightseeing tours of Chicago, and also hop on, hop off in New York. So this itinerary, it's great. It goes San Francisco, Napa Valley, Denver, Rocky Mountain National Park, Chicago, and New York City. So we'll just talk about a bit about the hotels that we do include in our packages. So mostly we do include a 4-star property, but you can absolutely do a 3-star or a 5-star, and you could also mix the itinerary, the accommodation up. So if your client predominantly just wants to do 3-star, and then on a specific day they want to do a 4 or 5-star because it might be their anniversary, please feel free to let us know because we can actually do that as well. If your clients want to stay more or less in the city centres, let us know because we can also, put your clients in the city centre or more towards the close to the train stations as well. So when you're packing for the train, you're allowed 2 free carry-on bags. You need to be there 45 minutes before departure. There's no need to rush. If you're staying in a roomette or in a bedroom, you can sometimes just take an overnight bag with you and just get our staff to store the suitcase for you in one of the compartments, and you just need your overnight bag, especially if you're just doing the 1 or 2 nights on board. You don't really need your big suitcase as well. You can BYO meals on board the train. I'm getting some questions from some people now. Absolutely, especially if you're doing coach class. But don't forget you can go to the cafe car and buy your meals there. But if you are doing the roomettes or the bedrooms, you get all your meals included. On the top left, you can see the lady sitting on her own. She's in a roomette. So these roomettes are for 1 or 2 people. You can book it as a single if you wish, or you can have 2 people, 2 friends, traveling together as a twin. During the day, you've got 2 comfortable lounges, and at night, they convert to a bunk bed, which is great. The 2 people on the bottom right with the camera, they're staying in one of the bedrooms, and they convert to an upper and lower as well. But you can actually get a child in there, so sometimes you can have 2 adults and a child if you wish to do so. Now, the observation car, you can see that there, it's very spacious. It's non-reserved seating, and anybody can sit there during the day. Even if you're in coach class, you can, go and sit there. If you're in one of the roomettes or the bedrooms, you can get out of your rooms and actually go and sit there as well. And that's a great way to meet people, have a coffee, and just watch all the beautiful scenery. This is a great picture of the coach class accommodation. You can see it's very spacious. You've got the curtains there you can draw across if you wish to have a sleep, and you've got plenty of room for your suitcases up the top. And these are the roomettes. You can see at night time they convert to 2 bunk beds. Very important to see that there is another roomette across from you, and the roomettes across, they can be booked. If you've got a family of 4, for example, you can grab 2 roomettes and easy, that way you can see the kids across the other side. Or if you've got 2 couples traveling together, they can definitely be across from each other, which is fun. You get all your bed linen included, all your meals. These ones don't have a shower or bath or toilet. You do need to use the shared facilities down the corridor, and which I've been told to find. There's a couple of showers that you can share, and toilets as well. So there's no big lineups really. There's another great photo. And the bedrooms, you can see the bedrooms are much more spacious. You can actually fit a suitcase in there as well if you wish to take the suitcase with you. And you do have toilets in these, as well as a little vanity to wash your hands. There's an extra chair that you can use, and there's a shower there as well. During the night, they actually expand, so you can have the top bunk, the bottom bunk, and there is space for a small child as well. These are the great meals they have on board. The meals are pre-prepared for you, and but they're very fresh. They're put together, as per request. So they're not pre-packaged or anything like that. They're all fresh meals that are, they're quite good. We had a girl in the office here who's just come back from a trip on the California Zephyr. She said the food was great. She couldn't fault it. She had breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a few nights on board, and she loved it. So it's great. So anybody can purchase meals on board, but you can bring your own as well. You can bring alcohol on board, but you do need to drink it in your cabins. You can't actually take it to dinner. So this is our website, amtrakvacations.com.au. Please feel free to jump on board anytime. If you want to send us an email, it's sales@amtrakvacations.com.au. So how to book us? Please call 1300 650 257. Also, of course, let us know if you would like to just email us, sales@amtrakvacations.com.au. Check out our website for our specials as well. We have children's discounts and seniors discounts. So let us know the ages, or our team here, our staff, our sales consultants will always ask you the ages of everybody traveling, because we do need full names and dates of birth. So if they are over 65, we'll definitely give them a 10% discount, and children as well get a 50% discount if their age is between 2 and 12. So does anybody have any questions at the moment? Please feel free to ask, and yeah, would love to answer questions. We've got a great question coming through now. Thank you so much. Yep, I've got questions regarding just the Amtrak tickets. We can book just Amtrak tickets for you. Please feel free to give us a call if your clients are just wanting that. But don't forget, we are a vacation company, of course, so we can add accommodation. With Amtrak tickets, they are an instant purchase. So we have live availability and pricing, and we can book those for you on the spot, and we can issue e-tickets for you as well. With vacation packages, a little bit different. You need to pay us a deposit of $250 per person at time of booking, and then everything's locked in and prices are guaranteed, and then you pay your finals closer to departure. Another booking, can bookings be made online? No, they can't. We don't have an online booking system. We need you to give us a call on the 1300 number, and we'll make those bookings for you on the spot. A lot of times we do book your client's itinerary for you on the spot. So it might take a few minutes, but we can check availability and secure those bookings for you ASAP. And then we email you the details, but we don't actually have an online booking system. If you wish to send us anything online, just email that sales@amtrakvacations.com.au, and we'll give you a call back. We'll check your email, we'll have a look at availability, and we'll give you a call straight back. Okay, we're just about to finish. Is there any other questions at all? Okay, let's see. There might be another. Oh, there's another question coming through. Is there a minimum requirement for the bookings? No. We do require just at least one night's accommodation, and the rail sectors, of course, as well. So we can't just, when we're doing a vacation package, we do have to have the accommodation with it. And we book tours as well, don't forget. We have great tours in each capital city or, around the national parks. Don't forget that we have fantastic packages that include the glaciers, the national parks, and allotments at all these beautiful properties that are right inside the national park. So you don't have to worry about, where you want to stay. We include all that for you. Some of the properties are right inside the national park, so you're virtually getting off the train, and your hotel's right there, and then you're doing your little tours while you're there, which is fantastic. Oh, another question, fantastic question. Do we charge service fees for piecing together itineraries? No, we don't. The itineraries, it's our bread and butter to piece together itineraries. We're an FIT company. We do independent rail journeys for people every day. So no, we don't charge for that at all. Okay, so just to let you know that we'll wrap it up now. I'll be sending everybody, our USA office as well as myself can send you a copy of the webinar. That way you have it on file. You can listen to it at another day, and not a problem with that at all. Just you can even share it with your colleagues as well. So if you're not able to make it today, don't worry, and we'll have one sent out to everybody. Thank you so much for attending today. Thanks for your time and all your beautiful questions. Fantastic questions here, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Have a great day, and thanks very much for attending. Bye for now.